here. Bad lighting, bad sound, but good information. This is a flash response to Tim C's question, interacting with his phone. Basically, he wanted to be able to respond to his text messages while he's on his PC. And there is actually a couple of different ways of doing that. So we're going to just take a quick look at them here. The first one is using a pair of, in both of these, in almost all of these cases, there's two things you have to load. You have to load something on your phone, and then you have to load something in your browser or your computer. So this is MobiZen. This is one of my favorite programs for a number of different reasons. And MobiZen is, again, you load this, in this case, it's a website that you go to, but you also load some software on your phone. And once you do that, you're actually able to interact with your phone from any browser. Now, their free service allows you to do it as long as you're in on the same network. Their pro version, which is, I think, $40 a year, that allows you to do it through Wi-Fi and or 3G. So basically, I don't have to even be near my phone. I actually have many of my friends have Samsung phones, and they've loaded this on there, and I actually can jump on their phone if I need to help them with something. I especially like the fact that it has a little whiteboard on it. But my point here is that if you load this on, you can interact with your phone without actually having to pick it up. So that's one way of doing it. Second way that you could do it is when you're setting up your, so if you look at the screen here now, if you're setting up your email, when you set up your email, you have the ability to select what to sync: contacts, calendar, tasks, and most people don't realize that there's also a message button. If I turn that message on, any text message I get in will immediately come to my inbox as an email. So if I am looking at my email on my computer, I can respond to the text that way. I just hit reply, I type in my response, it basically sends it back to the phone, and then the phone goes ahead and sends it out. Now, I'm using Microsoft Exchange or ActiveSync, so if you're using Gmail, you probably don't have this capability, but I'll check into that. Last time I looked, it didn't have that. So that's the second way that you can do it. Third way you can do it is there's a program called MightyText, which I used for a while. And MightyText, again, it's a piece of software that you load on your, it's an app you load on your phone, and it will basically do the same thing. Basically, it's going to take your text messages, it's going to pop them up on your screen. There's a little app that you can run in your browser. And when you get text messages, they'll pop up on the screen, and also notifications as well. They actually come as part of your Chrome browser, and you can send messages back and forth. You can look at pictures, so on and so forth. And I liked MightyText. I really did like MightyText. The only issue I had with MightyText was its price. At $50 a year, $60 a year, they do have a free offering. I think they still have a free offering. And again, what the free offerings usually are things like you can only do so many messages a month, or you can't do pictures, or so on and so forth. So that's another way of doing it. And excuse me, the last one is with a program called Join. Now, this guy is absolutely fantastic. He's done a lot of apps for Tasker. If you've been working with Tasker, then you may be aware of this. But in any event, this app, and this is donationware. So he says, okay, you can go ahead and use it. Please send me a couple of dollars if you can. And I think it's something silly like $1 a month, or $1, even if it's $2 a month. In any event, and what this does is, again, you're going to load an app on your phone, and then you're going to get a browser extension. And once you have that extension, you will be able to look at your notifications. You'll be able to send and receive text messages, but you actually can do a whole lot more. And it doesn't just have to be your phone. So you can see I actually have a couple of different, these are 3 Chrome devices, but then I also have my phone, and I have another computer and another one over here. And I can do things like it will move things between devices on your clipboard. So if I clip something over here on my browser and I go to my phone and click paste, I'll get the same piece. I can decide I'm going to send a file from my phone to my computer or from my computer to my phone. I can locate my device if I need to do it that way. There's a bunch of stuff. I'm just using it right now for the um, ability to send and receive text messages, but there's a ton of stuff that he's actually made it so that, for example, you could take a picture with your phone and have it change that and make that the wallpaper on your computer and things like that. So there's a whole bunch of different things. So if you really want to deep dive into it and do all those things, you can. But if you just want to just use it just for a phone, for text messages, it works just fine. You can go in and you'll see your text messages. You can respond. It even supports emojis. So if you want to send your friend an emoji, you can. So that works out just fine. So this has been a flash response to a question. Um, I'm really stoked about the responses I'm getting and the questions. You guys have some really great questions, and I really appreciate that. So please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. And of course, if you have a question, please ask. And we're going to be going to a 2-week schedule very soon. So we'll be popping out a new video on something. I'm actually working right now on a new DeX one, the top 10 things I love about Samsung DeX. So if you're into the DeX, you really want to take a look at that. So this has been a HiTechNomad flash response. And for right now, I'm signing off.